Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tweeter, and today I'm going to try and find an answer for that very question that's in the title of this video. So yesterday I was going to the bathroom, I was doing my business, and suddenly, out of nowhere, I thought about the future of TF2, and I asked myself the question, 3, where do you see Team Fortress 2 in, let's say, 3 years? Where do you see Team Fortress 2 then? What is going to happen with Team Fortress 2? What are they going to increase people's interest in Team Fortress 2 again? Especially since I think that 2016 and maybe 2017 is going to be a tipping point for Team Fortress 2. It's going to be the decider. So I was wondering whether they were going to do something to increase people's interest again in the game. And by they I mean Valve, because they are going to ultimately they are going to be the decider whether Team Fortress 2 is going to feed into nothingness or Team Fortress 2 is going to stay popular. And I think it can go two different ways. And again, as I said, Valve is the decider whether this goes the first direction or the second. And option 1 is Valve decides to just keep on doing what they have been doing up until now. They occasionally do like a big updates every like 4 or some months. They try to do like a very big content update. They add maps, they do weapon changes and such. And also I think within 3 years probably most likely, or at least I hope so, matchmaking is going to be finished finally. And if it goes the first way, if it goes like this, I think then we'll see a drop in players, not a significant amount. I probably see a slow drop rate. People will probably be interested in the game because content will be added over time. But I think that is mainly going to be the most dedicated fans that are going to stick around for longer. The other ones are probably going to be like, okay, this game is old and I'm going to move on. Like right now, on a good day, Team Fortress 2 usually gets like 70,000 players as its very peak, if I look at the Steam stats. Right, which is much less than Counter-Strike or Dota, for example, but it's still really good. It's still in the top 10 easily. It's doing much better than, for example, Bomb, which only has like 5,000 people. It's a game that I covered a while back, which is really good, but apparently it only has 5,000 people left. It's still, what I'm trying to say is Team Fortress 2 is still doing okay right now, and I think within 3 years it'll probably still have a pretty active player base. It's probably going to be mostly the dedicated fans, but Team Fortress 2 will still have an active community regardless of it goes option 1 or 2. And speaking about option 2, that brings us to option 2. Valve takes Team Fortress 2 more seriously, finally. They finally recognize the potential Team Fortress 2 has, the amazing potential. They finally take it more seriously. They try to invest more money into it, try to make it more of a thing. And that way I think the future of Team Fortress 2 looks bright. I think so, yes, very much so. And they also try to listen to what the community wants and such, trying to make the game better, a more enjoyable environment for everybody. And I think that way, maybe actually the player base might increase instead of decrease. It's entirely possible. The game is very old, but it still has a lot of potential. But that's the thing, right? It still depends on Valve, and up until now they haven't really been very active trying to find a way to make Team Fortress 2 more popular. They have been trying to do it somewhat. The last couple of months they have did add that like streamer list, did add competitive matchmaking. It looks kind of a little bit promising. There are some signs of them taking it a little bit more seriously, but I want to see more. I don't think it's going to be enough at this point, because that's the thing, right? I think we all know what's on the horizon. I think we all know about Overwatch. And please stop saying that Overwatch is going to kill Team Fortress 2. Sure, I will give you this much. Overwatch is a very good game. It's a strong contender. It's directly competing with Team Fortress 2, but no, it will not kill Team Fortress 2. No, it will not. Don't be an idiot. People keep saying that about various different games that come out. This game is going to kill this game is going to kill this game, and look at what happens. It never happens. But it is going to take a few players from Team Fortress 2, whether you like it or not. Of course, I think most of us don't like it. But it is going to grab a few people that were invested into Team Fortress 2 and then going to transfer it into Overwatch. Because Overwatch is a very good game. It is a strong contender, right? In any case, that was kind of like the two different options in a nutshell. Don't take this the wrong way, though. Like, I still believe that whether it's option 1 or 2, Team Fortress 2 will still have pretty large active player base. The main difference in the two different options is just that option 1 just keeps on going like it has been going up until now, and option 2 is Valve only takes it more seriously and invests some more time and money into it. And of course, the player base is going to be larger with option 2. That's kind of this, just two options in a nutshell, in my opinion. So, how would I save Team Fortress 2 right now? How would I make Team Fortress 2 great again? I would, if I was like on the development team, like imagine that I was part of the development team, I was like the person calling in shots, I was like the lead developer, if you will. What I would do is talk with the community. I would do like, post a post on Reddit, for example, like, and then I would ask, can everybody post bugs as much as they can, even if it's very small bugs. I would make a giant list of all the bugs that are currently in the game, and I would take just like 6 months to fix those bugs. A giant cleanup update, if you will. Because the first 2 is a very buggy game. There's bugs all over the place. So I think they need to take the time to fix a lot of those. As I would do that, and in addition to that, I will also take the time to improve the performance of Team Fortress 2. Again, like a lot of people have mentioned it before, performance is a big problem in Team Fortress 2. A lot of people have to resort to like horrendous FPS configs to try and get that little bit of extra performance out of the game to be able to play it smoothly. And even now with my supercomputer, I get frame rate drops below 100. Which a game like, for example, Overwatch doesn't do. Even Warframe doesn't really have that problem for me. So there are some huge frame rate drops that they need to fix. And in addition to that, I would, like, if I was on the development team, I would also improve the visuals somewhat. I would actually like add a lot of like graphic settings, like maybe add in ambient occlusion, for example, and put that load on the GPU, like improve the visuals of the game a little bit and do optimization at the same time, so you get like more visuals for less hardware requirements, right? And to do all of this, to do the performance and the bugs, I would take like 6 months maximum, because of course you can't really keep content away too much. You kind of need to keep people interested. Maybe you could like add in a couple of maps along the way during those 6 months, and then I would like release it as like Team Fortress 2 2.5. That's how I would receive Team Fortress 2. I would do like a re-release, like Team Fortress 2 is new again all of a sudden. I would love to see that in Team Fortress 2. Because right now all the what they have been doing up until now, they usually just add content, and it's like a giant bag. Imagine like a giant bag like Santa Claus carries, for example. Like, and they just keep on putting more stuff in that bag. Eventually, the bag is going to break. So you kind of need like to upgrade that bag. You need to upgrade the engine of Team Fortress 2, and that is what that bag is. You need to be able to ensure that the bag can carry all of that stuff instead of just adding more into the bag, right? So that's kind of like what I would do to save Team Fortress 2. And then one last thing I do want to mention, which I never really covered before, is the toxicity in Team Fortress 2. It's also like a growing problem, and in 2 years I see it's even worse than it is today. Like, there are a lot of shit going on, like people like begging hat makers, for example, to make hats all glass, and then like just buying them off like various trading sites right now just to try and make profit. Is what they have been doing lately. And then of course like people spamming binds in chat, and people spamming those like meme faces. I don't know what they call it, Lenny faces, I think, or something. And people have been spamming like those binds, and people are being dipshits against each other and assholes. And then there's man up mode, where people are just. I had to go to this myself. I was playing engineer, and I was kicked after like one round because I didn't place my dispenser at the most optimal position. I was kicked just for like something so small, and the toxicity was also really growing in Team Fortress 2, and I see this getting worse if Valve doesn't do anything about it. But then again, toxicity is a very hard problem to solve. Like, a lot of games have been suffering from this, and it's very difficult to solve something like toxicity. So I think they kind of need to maybe look into a way of doing something about that as well. So all in all, as a conclusion, I think Team Fortress 2 still had a chance, and 2016 and 2017 is going to be a tipping point, especially since Overwatch is around now. It has been released. It's a very good game, and this is a very strong contender to Team Fortress 2. And I actually hope that now that the Overwatch is around, that maybe this inspires Valve to do something with Team Fortress 2 to make it better. Because ultimately that's what you need, especially after all these years, you need to upgrade the engine. All in all, that's kind of what I would do, to be honest. And these are kind of my thoughts. I think the Overwatch still has, Overwatch, not Overwatch, Team Fortress 2 still has a chance of becoming great again. Thanks for watching. Take care, folks.
We gave him a bloody drubbing. Wicked.